Who is it?
Hey, dude,
Vinny!
are you there?
Hey, what's
Yeah,
up,
I'm
my
here,
brother?
man.
How are you,
Dude, I don't
man?
have a scary story, man.
I'm gonna have pretty much a heart attack. I'm like having a heart attack, but I can't scream or anything. Basically, laying on the floor, panicking.
Oh!
No, you weren't. You weren't.
Oh!
You built the place. I haven't seen the Hopi in thousands of years. Don't make fun of my people. Period.
Sorry,
I'll come
Brandon.
after your ass and cut you up into little bitty bits.
Facebook page down because people said Richie from Boston's gay. He's gay. I'm gay. I'm a gay man.
And I mean, yeah, I mean, you can prosecute me for that if you'd like.
No, it's not why I'm doing that. I'm just saying there's a lot
But
of...
that is what you did. Bigelow started buying websites, including one in British Columbia, Canada. So all of a sudden, this kind of triggered Brian Vike.
Welcome back to Third Phase of the Moon. Blake Cousins here. We've got a special report for you. We've got a few UFO videos that we want to share with you.
Welcome back, everybody. Blake Cousins, along with Orlando Smith and Brent Cousins, we're going to be going over incredible imagery.
Third phase of moon. Third phase of moon.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream rise to the top. Oh yeah.
All right. Oh, no. All right. All right. Welcome to Goof on Tonight. Everything's all crooked. All right. Happy 4th of July weekend. It is July 3rd, 2026. Yeah, I couldn't get into the thing again. It's unbelievable. I don't get it. Unbelievable. Glad you guys are here. Yes. I couldn't even do anything. Every time I would log in, it kept asking me to log in. And it's done this before several times, but usually I'm here earlier. But anyway, appreciate you guys hanging out. Yeah, we got a little bit of a show tonight. A little something. We'll see. Hold on here. What do you stand corrected on? What's that, Brian Yates? Stand corrected. I'm looking to see what you said. What is this? What do you mean? What's going on? I don't get it. Oh, sleeping. Guys, I haven't, it's weird. When I was getting sick, I'd miss a week. How many shows have I missed in since February 24th? One, not even one. I didn't do shows. I didn't set them up, let's say on a Thursday or Friday, and you were expecting a show and there wasn't one. That's not missing a show. That's just not doing one. Yeah. So I haven't missed any shows. And I'm proud of that. You're allowed to bust balls. You're definitely allowed to. Oh. Oh, that show. Yeah, I tried to trigger people. I don't know if it was because of me you were triggered or because of the content. My video I thought was I still, when I watched that video of me at the DMV, that is one hell of a good video. That is really good stuff. I mean, the action, the information, the way it was done, I thought it was my best. Anyway, sorry you got triggered, but that's what that's for. And yes, I am wearing the garb for the 4th of July. We've got the 250th anniversary shirt, patches on both right and the left, and the flag draped over my beautiful torso. And the freedom hat. Yes, freedom. You know who that is. Charlie Kirkensman. God rest his soul. Oh. Oh, yeah. I got a lot of it. Yeah, it's but I don't. I do and I don't. I do and when it started? Probably 2 years ago. And that's when I started doing those First Amendment going out in public. But I have the fatigue syndrome. I have the worst of it. I mean, but when I'm out in public, I keep it cool. I keep it cool. But when I do that show, yeah, oofa. Which is one of the reasons why people, get frustrated when I talk politics on Goof On, because I get a little bit angry. I don't know. I don't know what you're feeling for what part and what made you get, upset. But anyway, yeah, that was fun. It was a good show. It is what it is. Yeah, I got a big fatigue syndrome with the EBT community, the 13 percenters. Major fatigue. And yet I worked out with 13 percenter a couple of days ago. It's the coolest dude. I don't have a problem with the ones that don't commit 75% of the crimes, violent crimes. That is an amazing statistic, though. 13%. It's not 13%. That's 13% of that culture. And if you cut it in half, it'd be the men, 6.5, and not all of the men. So you're looking at 4% of the country, the population, commits 50% of the crimes. All of them. And they commit 75% of the violent crimes. It's an amazing statistic. And the videos that are out where they go into, a Target or Walmart and they start destroying stuff because they're angry, or they didn't get their Popeyes, so they didn't get the fries or something they wanted a refund on, but they ate everything already, but they didn't think it was cooked right, but they still ate 90% of it. And then they get mad and start breaking the machines and going in the back and fighting people. You don't see that with any other culture. Notice how I'm saying culture. We're not on KA, man. We're here. So I got to keep it on the up and up. Yeah, I've gotten really into the political stuff, and believe it or not, I know this is some of you are gonna be like, yeah, right. No, I may run for some political office. Not now, maybe in a couple of years. I got a lot of learning to do, but that's I think I can make change. And I don't know. I don't know if Florida would be the place. I'd probably go back to Arizona because I know Arizona so well. And Arizona turned into a blue state when I left. And it's been red the whole time we lived there, 43 years, and they turned blue the year we moved. But it was all rigged. It was all fake. So, did they really get the blue? Not really, but they're in office, so, they won by cheating. It's crazy. All right, well, let's do a little bit of paranormal. What are we doing today? The aliens want our children. How do we know? Yeah, they do. How do we know? Well, I think I'm part of that. I think when I was a kid, 6, maybe 5, it was the earliest part of my life where I start remembering. When you start having a memory, usually it's like after 3. I know some of you are going to say, I remember when I was 1. No, you don't. And if you do, it's so rare to keep that memory that, nobody believes it. I definitely remember being in kindergarten at 5. That I definitely remember. I remember going to the bus, my mother coming with me and putting me on the bus and all this stuff. And I wasn't scared to have my lunchbox, which was probably the $6 million man or the Hulk, because those were the two that I had. I know, $6 million man lunchbox. I wish I would have kept it. Yeah, those were the days. They had the real thermos, man. You could have knocked somebody out with that thermos. Those were the days. Oh, jeez, look at the meathead. I love that show. I can't believe how young I was when that came out, and I remember it, watching it when it first came out, All in the Family. Unbelievable time. So, I think I had something happen when I was a kid. And we hear it all too often. A lot of abductees. And I'm talking about the real ones, not the fake Whitley Strieber people, not the fake garbage money makers. I'm talking the real people, not the Christopher Bledsoe, who, by the way, didn't have his experience till he was 35, 30-ish, somewhere in there. But I'm talking about, I had my side. Fudge you. So a lot of people talk about when they were children. They remember being visited. They had friends, special friends, right? Couldn't see them, but they were there. Yeah, we pawned it off to maybe, oh, that was grandma. She passed on. She's your guardian angel. That kind of talk was in our household. You've got a guardian angel. Follow. We all have guardian angels. Yeah, we do. And I believe every one of us, and I couldn't believe it. I heard other people say this. I don't know, man, but I think we've all been a part of that visitation process. Now, whether or not we're visited throughout our whole life is another story, but I'll tell you why. And then we'll do roll call. Myra. Myra Page, I saw the message 10 minutes ago. See, when we come into this world, it is our being, our essence, our soul. All right, let's just say soul for the lack of a even better term. No, but whatever it is that is put into making us who we are, the spark of life, and there is a spark, believe it or not. All right. So that spark of life is the technology that puts our brain, our soul, our very being into that clump of cells, some of you, and makes us who we are. We don't carry over the memories from the past life, but we come in with a blank slate and a personality trait that equals your parents, and then we're molded into who we are over time because of the parents. Now, we are all visited, right? Just hear me out. I think this is interesting what I thought of. Because this reality isn't a reality at all. It's a simulation. I know. Just hear me out. It's a simulation. The beings, who is us, come to visit us to make sure everything's working right. Now, sometimes there's a defect in the process, right? Anytime you're dealing with billions of cells that are being transferred, Star Trek, for instance, when they go into the transporter, all of their cells and everything is being broken down and rebuilt wherever they're going. Same process happens when you're born. Just like the in Schwarzenegger in that movie. What was that movie where no, not the Running Man. What was that movie where he wants to go to Mars? Get your ass to Mars. That one. And everything's got to work. You got to put everything in. It's got to be perfect. And if it isn't, you have a defect. Right? It could have been the genetic breakdown of the cells in the process. Maybe you've been transferred over so many times that, I don't know, it just didn't work and you come out having Down syndrome or something else. I don't know. Look, I'm just throwing it out there because I'm an idiot, right? What do I know? But these are the imperfections. Some people don't think it's an imperfection. Some people think it's supposed to be that way. And those people who have Down syndrome and are disabled to an extent are put here to remind us of what unconditional love can be. And I don't know if you've ever helped out or was a caretaker for someone with Down syndrome, but they are the most loving people you will ever meet. I get emotional because there was a girl that one of my girlfriends back in the day used to take care of. And this girl was, I don't know how old she was, 13 or something, but man, she was the sweetest soul. And all she had, every time you met her, in a good mood. She was just happy, not a, didn't care, just living life day to day, literally, you know. And it reminds you of what we are missing and what can be obtained if you just settle down and just think of why you're here, what we're supposed to be, treat each other the way you want to be treated, all that stuff. And the Down syndrome people are strategically placed in people's lives that need it the most. I definitely needed that. I needed that unconditional, I don't know what to say. But it changed me forever. It really did. And for 3 years that I was with the girlfriend, I would go with her and help out because it was fun. And, we'd hang out for an hour and she'd do her thing. And, the parents were there and talk to the mother and the other kids and help them with their homework and whatnot while my girlfriend was dealing with Sarah, was her name. Sarah. And I would go, Sarah Feeney, and she'd laugh. It was just such an adorable experience. I wonder how she is. She's probably like 45 now. But I'd go, Sarah Feeney. I'd yell as I'm coming in, hey, and she'd come out and give a big hug. It was sweet. But I think we're all visited to make sure we're working. All the body's working. I remember, and I'm not going to give you the whole experience again, but I had this when I was 5 years old. I know it was when I was 5 because I was going to kindergarten at the time. And whatever happened I remember my friend, I never told my parents about it, but I was miniaturized, like really small. Like I'm talking like this. And these were super tiny beings. That's the only way I can explain it. Why I was shrunk down, and the way it made me feel was awful. It was the worst feeling being shrunk down like that. And I know it was a dream, probably, right? But it was recurring, and I would think about it all the time, And then one day it just stopped, and then 7 or 8 years later, they came back again. And 1981, 82, because I wasn't in high school yet. I was just about to go to high school. And they during a thunderstorm, came into the backyard in a ship. And my mother was paralyzed, but she was standing at the kitchen and they paralyzed her because she was watching the storm. I guess she got up. The thunder and lightning woke her up. We had a lot of monsoons back in the day. And I walked through the kitchen and I see her there. I go, Ma, what are you doing? She wouldn't even look at me. She just stared. And then she goes, the lightning. And I go, I know. I don't. And I go out in the backyard. We had an acre, so I'd walk out to the pool, which was surrounded by palm trees and a big green. My dad made into putting green, like huge. And this big ship came out. Da 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 da. And you hear a lot of people talk about the ships morphing. And I mean, this is the weirdest thing. And this is how I know, I think it's real. However, Lakatsky, if you remember, James Lakatsky, if you've seen the episode on Weaponized or know the story because he's talked about it, he said he looked inside of a UFO and it was enormous inside, but it was only like, what did he say, 30 to 45 feet? But when he looked in, it was like bigger than a football field. It was just huge. Well, that's what this was. That was way back in 8081. But the way the object changed shape, when the thing, it came over like this, it was slanted. If this was the UFO, usually they're like this, right? But this, it was like this, and then it came up to me, and then it just went like this, and there around it was a disc, and around it were pieces that looked like Tetris. Tetris, the little L shape. You got the rectangle, and you got the sideways rectangle. Well, that's exactly what it looked like. Now, there was no Tetris back then that I remember, but I remember seeing them change and the object got smaller. Not a lot smaller, just a little bit, enough to I guess fit in the backyard and not be in the trees, hitting the trees and whatnot. I don't know. But I watched it get a little smaller and all of these pieces sliding around. And it was the coolest sound. It sounded like, and it was fast. It was like, it was. And two little red lights came out, little orbs, believe it or not. I mean, this is before I got into UFOs. These red lights came out on the side. It was like children or something. They were just curious red lights that danced around and were happy-go-lucky is the way I thought of it. And look, I don't know what else to say about that experience, but that's pretty much it. I remember looking at it and saying, I can't believe it's real. And then the little red orbs went back into the ship, like on the back side of it, and then it shot up to the opening in the clouds because there was a thunderstorm going on. And it kind of stopped, but there were still flashes in the distance. And when it took off, it zoomed across the sky, and there was a rainbow at night in the sky from the ship. Like, whoa, And then, believe it or not, I was still awake or sleeping. Go back into the house, and my mother's walking around like nothing. Like, is that some storm, huh? And I'm like, yeah, something real. Did you see that? The UFO out there in the backyard? She goes, shut up. That's what she tells me. Yeah, shut up. Go to bed. I'm like, yeah, you too. Because everything I said back in those days, they dismissed, What is going on? Am I getting messages? No. If you guys want to support, you know what to do. Super chat, super sticker, PayPal, Cash App. All the links are in the show description. Who is here? Cabalion, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Keith, what do you say there, Chief? Thor Panku, good to see you. Keith, oh, we already did that. Brooke is, huh? So that's why I think we've all been visited. What's up, Lee? Lee Argent, everybody. What do you say there, Metalhead? Good to see you again. Myra Page, sorry about the late start and the late hellos, but you are great. Thank you. PM Cloric. P. McCloric. Good to see you. I know I got started. Zach Diecast notifications didn't let me know it was on. Huh. Well, do you guys know how notifications work? Maki Chaki Lakasincha. Thorpunker? Hey, Jar Jar. Okay. So let's just say I have 10,000 subscribers. We have 14,000. Let's just round it down to 10. YouTube will only send out 1%. So that would be 100, right? Because if it was 10%, it'd be 1,000. This is what I saw in a YouTube video, that the reason they do it this way is because it would be very hard for the system to send out, like if you're a huge channel with, let's say, maybe 5 million, 2 million, and then you add in all the other channels and all those millions, it would be a huge task for their computers to send out notifications to every single person. So randomly, from what I heard, I don't know if it's true, they pick 1% of your subscribers and send out notifications. And it's supposedly, I don't know, it was really weird because it said two things. It contradicted itself in a way. It said YouTube chooses 1% of your total subscribers, or the most, the people who watch your videos the most, those 100 people. I'm like, wait a minute, if it's doing all that and it knows how much you're watching a certain channel, why can't they just send out all of the notifications to everybody? It seems like a huge thing to know what everybody's watching at all times. But hey, the algorithm does all that, so I don't know what it picks up and how it works. But that's all I heard. So that's why you may get notifications and all of a sudden you don't. And then all of a sudden you do again. It's just random, I think, and it depends on how successful your channel is. So I know that I get notifications for my own show, but I don't get them all the time. Yeah, so I'm just like you. It's weird. And it also depends on when I put the show up. I put the show up, I don't know, earlier today. So maybe it was too late. I don't know. But anyway. All right. All right. If I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean I don't love you. It means we got a lot of show to do. Question, Rich. Is it the subs that engage the most? Yeah, I don't know. You would think so. But the subs is everybody on the channel. Oh, I know what you mean. Yes. I think that's what I was saying. Yeah. It's the subs that engage the most. Yeah. Good point. Exactly what I meant. Yeah, I did. I just answered it. Yeah. I didn't even know you said that. Anyway. Oh, look what the cat dragged in. Exactly what I said would happen. How do I know? How do I know? Jeanette, everybody. Jeanette, the best a man can get. Jeanette? Gillette, you know, the razor. Jeanette, Gillette. All right, calm down, everybody. Calm down. All right, let's get to work. If I didn't say your name, you know. Hey, Christine Kelly, how you doing? Oh, what did I say? Christine Kelly? Christine Elke. Sorry, dyslexia happens. Yes, I do have it. I didn't eat enough. No, I did eat. I didn't eat enough, though. Solcran, welcome to the show. Number 2. Solcran 2, everybody. All right, who else is here? Anybody I miss? FAP! What do you do's? If I went to a gay prison, I would want to bunk up with Brooke. Huh? Is it Kelly Lewis? The EW is here. Welcome, welcome. Contrary 111. How you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Treesees. What do you say? How's it bees? When did you get here? Leadfoot? How you doing? Good to see you. Jeanette. Amazing. Amazing. You know? Really. All right. So that's the reason why I think everybody's been visited, because they want to make sure the transformation took, right? And to make sure you're working. And the continuing visitations happen. Of course, yes, I do think people with Down syndrome get abducted too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, see, yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, they are just beautiful people, right? When I hear of these, I can't even get into it. I can't come in. I can't. If I start talking about it, I'll get going. Running Man was good. Yeah, I saw that. Ah, what am I doing? Hold on a second. I'm looking. All right. All right. Okay. I got all discombobulated telling that story, but it was necessary. Yeah, I do think you see, we all have visitors, um, and we all have guardian angels, which very well could be our alien brothers and sisters. Yeah, it's really wild. But I am getting to the point where I believe there's something else. I I listened to that EVP that I got. Rich, rich, right? I don't know why that would happen. Like, that was on June 18th. It sounds like they really want me to, they really want me, right? Rich, rich. I mean, that second rich is like, come on, man, rich, right? I don't know. I think about that. I actually did an EVP, two of them now, trying to get a hold of that thing. And I was thinking, well, maybe somebody hacked the camera, but it didn't sound like it was coming from the camera that you're watching, because the camera also has audio and I could hit a button and talk to whoever's in the house, right? Um, but it's not. It seems like it's in the room, like maybe even near me. Well, because I'm sitting in the chair on the left. I didn't hear it though. I don't know. And I'm trying to think who it could have been, because it's obvious they know me. And I used to believe that we are doppelgangers, or us in the other reality are our own abductors. Because when I had that experience,
I'll be in your head before you wake up.
that was the voice that was in my ear when I woke up at just after 3 o'clock in the morning. And then I realized when I was telling my wife at the time what had happened, why I woke up screaming. But I was already awake, which is weird. But anyway, let's just, I was paralyzed. But when I did the voice and I told her, I go, so I'm, sitting there and I'm telling her the story. And this is what it said to me.
I'll be in your head before you wake up.
And I paused for a second. I go, wait a minute, hon. I go, that is me. I go, I was disguising my voice so I wouldn't. Oh my God, I told her. I'm like, they disguised their voices. Or I disguised my voice so I wouldn't know it was me. And what did I say? I'll be in your head before you wake up. I mean, that changed me again. Like, what does this mean? I'll be in your head before you wake up. Which means they hear everything, maybe even tell me to what to do. Like some of the things that they'd have me do are pretty freaking childish. At 58 years old, I think I'd be over certain things by now. I think I wouldn't get that mad over something stupid or not trust people. You'd think you'd get over that. The ones who love you, you should trust them, but they lie. Not all of them. Oh, man. I'll be in your head before you wake up. That was in 2006. Hold on. I think it was 2006 or 7. Somewhere in there. I'll have to go back. I made a video, which I'm putting in my documentary. I went in my car in the garage and made a video about what happened so I wouldn't forget the details. I have not watched it since, and it's been 20 years. Yeah, that was the night when I right after that, I tell my wife, I had tears streaming down my face, very emotional. Don't know why, but I was, I cried. It's very weird. Because 3 nights earlier, I was sleeping on the right side, facing my wife. And the night that happened, I'll be in your head, I was sleeping on the other side. So the 3 nights earlier, I saw a blue beam or a blue light on the headboard as I opened up my eyes because this ear was killing me. And when I opened up my eyes, I saw the light like on the headboard. So I see the dog again is in between me and my wife sleeping. I see my wife sleeping, and as I'm turning around, I see a laser beam retracting. And this all happens within just seconds, like 2 seconds. As I'm turned, maybe 3 to 4. I don't know. I never really thought about that, believe it or not. As I'm turning around, I see the beam go back into the hand of an alien. Now, I want you to look behind me. Look at the alien. What does he have in his hand? The same hand in my alien dream. The same alien. It looked very similar. When the laser beam goes back into the hand, now I didn't see it had a device. I just saw it go into the hand. So I thought. Because it was dark. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. But when the beam, like the tip of the beam was really bright compared to the line. You know what I mean? The tip was bright. Like it could do stuff, right? You know what I mean? So when the tip of it was retracting and it lit up the body of the alien, this one side, the left side, and I could see the skin was translucent. I could see the veins in the alien. I mean, this is like dark purpley veins. Like if you were to see a drowning victim, I don't know if you ever have, but you see some of that. It's terrible. But and I saw it. It reminded me of gel, like their body was made of gel. And then when I see this and I see the head of the alien, it looks similar to that. I turn to my wife and dog to see if they're awake yet, and they're not. So I go like this, and it was gone. That's all it took. So I'm watching it. I go, whoa, did you? And it was gone. That was the night I walked the dog because I was screaming. I screamed again and woke myself up, I guess, in tears and the whole thing again. I told my wife what happened. And the dog had to go out because he thought it was 5 a.m. because that's the time I'd walk him because I'm up. So I walked him 3:30, and that was when I called them grass circles, 3 of them, right next to each other, like here, here, and here. And earlier that night, 4 hours earlier, my wife said, I think there's cops outside. She yells from upstairs to downstairs. I go, yeah, I see I'm downstairs, so I can see through the front door on the couch that it looked like cop lights. And then she was upstairs and she looks down, she goes, yeah, it looks like somebody got pulled over. Mind you, we were the only house in the subdivision, and for somebody to be in front of our house pulled over is just weird because that means they pulled into the subdivision and drove an extra quarter of a mile. I didn't think anything of it. Little did I know, those were the lights probably of the alien. I'll be in your head before you wake up. And that night when the beam was in my ear, because that's what it felt like, I heard the loud squelching. I don't know how else to word it. It was like it was an electronic sound, and it hurt. My ear to this day still twitches. Like I get a weird twitch in my ear, and it hurts, and then it goes away. I never had it before then, but maybe they put something in me. I don't know why I'm going over all this tonight. I was supposed to play some stuff, and it's just weird how that happened. All right. Let me see what I got for you. Oh, so weird, my life. This is why I have a hard problem believing other people. Not everybody. Like Christopher Bledsoe, those people. They're just bullshitting us. All right, here we go. I got something I want to show you. So these are some mysterious. This is from Unreal Reality. Yeah, yesterday we did a show, basically half of it on the Sphinx, the secrets that may be under it, and the other Sphinx. And I believe that's going to be coming up in this video. I need to get some Tums to Tum-Tums. Check this out. Not this right after. Can you believe this? Why would that lady be in the lake, dude? This bothers me. What is she doing? Look, you can even see she's a little translucent. Invisible. Oh, I see now. It was different when I watched this on the phone. That's a reflection. Okay.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Unreal Reality.
I like
Today,
this guy.
We'll be reacting to creepy and mysterious TikToks that will quite literally make you question everything. If anyone's new out there, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button so this video gets recommended to others. And with that out of the way, let's jump right into it.
Every civilization on Earth remembers the same mysterious figures. Not ordinary men, but culture bringers. The Anunnaki of Mesopotamia, the divine rulers of Egypt. These were the beings that arrived before kings and taught humanity agriculture, animal husbandry, writing, law, and civilization itself.
Wait, what? Animal husbandry? Is that what he said?
Mesopotamia, the divine rulers of Egypt. These were the beings that arrived before kings and taught humanity agriculture, animal husbandry.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Animal husbandry. To me, it sounds like you're marrying your animals. Or is it an animalistic way to marry a bunch of women? Very strange.
Writing,
I'm gonna
law,
look it up.
and civilization itself. The strange part is that the oldest traditions rarely describe civilization as humanity's invention. They describe it as something given. And what does agriculture actually do? It transforms a wild population into a managed one. History is describing a process of the domestication of hunter-gatherer humans. A once wild and free human population becomes a managed one. A farmer can be counted, taxed, organized, governed. If the earth itself is a farm, the question then becomes, who or what are the farmers? And what is the actual crop they are after on the earth?
Right, we're based.
Okay. Animal husbandry is the branch of agriculture concerned with the domestication, care, breeding, and management of animals, such as cattle, horses, sheep, pigs, and poultry for meat, fiber, eggs, milk, and other products. Oh, so you're caring for your herd. Got it. Animal husbandry. Very interesting. Never heard that before. Huh. What do you know? This stuff works.
Basically just high maintenance cattle that pays rent. Nothing says civilization quite like being counted, taxed, and governed by someone else's agenda.
What if this is not really
by the way, we did get a super chat. I think I accidentally missed. Hold on. Let me, thank you. Bernie, thank you for the $2 super chat. It's a super dono. It's a donation with no emoji and no sticker. Or comment, I should say. And it's just pure love, man. Thank you for that, brother. Thank you very much for the continuing support, as you do. Appreciate it.
Great Wall of China, but the Great Wall of Tartaria. The wall stretches over 13,000 miles. To put that into perspective, the entire United States from East Coast to West Coast is only about 2,800 miles wide, meaning you could travel across America nearly 5 times before reaching the full length of this wall. And according to history, this massive structure was supposedly built as far back as the 7th century BC. But here's where the theory gets strange. History says the wall was built by China to defend against northern invaders. But many sections of the battlements, the defensive openings used to fire arrows, face toward China itself, not away from it. Which makes some researchers ask a disturbing question. What if the wall was not built to protect China, but to protect something from China? And then there are the old maps. Some historical maps actually label the region north of the wall as Tartary or Tartaria, a massive...
Wait a minute. I have to stop this. What he just said about the wall being either protect China... Look, it does. He said the same thing twice, just differently, right?
Openings used to fire arrows face toward China itself, not away from it. Which makes some researchers ask a disturbing question. What if the wall was not built to protect China, but to protect something from China?
If it's to protect China, isn't that the same thing as protecting something? Wait, from China?
To China, but to protect something from China, again and again in ancient cartography. In some documents, the structure itself was even referred to as the Great Wall of Tartary. Now combine that with the strange architecture, the scale of the wall, and the mystery surrounding Tartaria itself, and the theory becomes much darker. Some believe the wall is not Chinese at all, but a surviving remnant of a lost civilization that once stretched across much of Asia, a civilization later erased from history. So the question is, was the Great Wall really built by China? Or are we looking at the ruins of something much older?
The deeper you look into the maps, the more the official story starts to crack. When the ancient ruins of the past contradicts the textbooks, maybe it's time we start asking new questions.
Are there actually pyramids in Antarctica?
Oh, yeah.
A few days ago in a live, somebody asked me if I believed that there were, and I said, yeah, there just might be, because I happen to have some personal experience with them. I took these pictures just a few months ago. As you all know, I recently spent 4 months sailing from Fort Lauderdale to Tokyo, Japan, and one of the stops was Antarctica. And there is where I personally took these pictures, the closest and clearest pictures that have ever been made public of a supposed Antarctic pyramid. On February 1st, 2026, we sailed through the Neumayer Strait past Vinca Island on the way to Palmer Station, where I spotted the pyramidal structure, and I whipped out my big boy lens so I could get you some close-ups. The hills and mountains in Antarctica are very rough and craggy, but you can see that the faces of this structure appear to be very uniform, like stacked stone. The shape and the angles of the structure are pretty much an exact match for the Great Pyramid. It even appears to be flattened on top as if it was missing a capstone. And the funniest thing is that Google not only uses a doctored satellite image that photoshopped out where this is, they also erased the entire island from Google Maps.
What? Talk about hiding in plain sight. Is it really a pyramid, though? Or is it just a mountain that's really committed to being a triangle? Let me know what y'all think down below.
Oh, this is amazing. I'm so glad I picked this video tonight. This is wicked. You're going to see aliens in our dollar bill. On it. What? Oh yeah, the little owl. No. Really? Hold on. Really? I didn't see this. Okay. Are you freaking kidding me? Wait a minute. Above the pyramid? How come nobody's talking about this ever? Ever! And it's got bulbs. This is like the Travis Walton UFO. Whoa.
I had no idea.
Look at the alien.
Is this real, though?
I don't know, man. I think it is real.
Nah.
Seriously? That's crazy, bro.
Yikes.
Oh,
the
wow.
closer you look, the more reality starts to peel back. A single dollar bill holds more secrets than the entire history they taught us in school.
Also, he missed it. The other one was a 20.
So the details surrounding Oliver Tree's death are just too crazy to be a coincidence.
Oh, did you hear about this guy who got killed in a very weird accident? I don't buy it that he was accidentally in a crash and died. This to me is bizarre.
Incidents. Bear with me on this.
This is a YouTuber, an influencer, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube, I guess. But
The information I'm going to relay actually comes from content creator Connecting Consciousness. So most of you know rap artist Oliver Tree passed away in a helicopter crash when his helicopter collided with another helicopter. Tragically, no one survived. And just 2 months before Oliver Tree's tragic helicopter crash, he shared the plans he had for his money after he was no longer with us. Interesting. But to start, I'm going to connect it to another helicopter crash. 333 weeks ago, we lost Kobe Bryant in a helicopter crash. And before that, interestingly enough, Kobe Bryant did a commercial for Call of Duty Black Ops that also included a helicopter crash. So pay attention to the three. Oliver Tree was just about to reach 3.3 million followers on Instagram and was just 2 weeks away from turning 33.
Wow.
Also in the helicopter was content creator Gasper Prim, also known as Gaspy.
No way! I didn't know that guy died. I know that. I've seen that guy before. And that's crazy.
Gaspy's YouTube page, you can find a short documentary that includes crashes, but in the background of one of those crashes, you see the number 614. This is the exact date of the crash that Oliver Tree and Gaspy lost their lives. Oliver Tree also just posted his 126th post, 126. Kobe's crash happened on 126. 126. Also, Oliver Tree had claimed to have been approached by the industry reps or the Illuminati, but refused to do what they asked. But in one of Oliver Tree's songs titled Hurt, he does have lyrics stating that he did indeed sell his soul. Like I said, a lot of coincidences, but let me know what you think.
Remember, guys, nothing is ever as it seems. The signs were always there. They want you to think it's random, but the deeper you look, the more the narrative begins to unravel.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the Illuminati?
You said who?
Turn that shit right on you, bro. I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
100%.
I know you do.
I've never been
Corey Feldman looks good. He's same age as me, I believe.
invited.
Yeah. That's not something I'm going to talk about today.
That says a lot.
Sure does. Look closely. That's the face of someone who's seen the other side. He's not holding back. He's protecting a secret. Not all conversations were made for the public.
Right.
Did you know that there are roughly 200 meteorite impact craters on Earth? And did you know that the Bible says that there were roughly 200 fallen angels that came down to Earth and then procreated with humans, creating the giant human hybrids,
No way.
the Nephilim? That's really weird, isn't it?
Yes.
Do you think that that is just a coincidence?
No.
Maybe, maybe not. But what's also really odd is that we are being told that, you know, asteroids from space fly into Earth and then create the meteorite impact craters. But all of the impact craters are literally like at a perfect 90-degree angle relative to the sky.
Huh.
So you mean to tell me that these asteroids are flying into the Earth that is rotating at 1,000 miles per hour and then spinning around the sun at 66,000 miles per hour, and somehow it perfectly lands at a 90-degree angle relative to the surface of the Earth every single time? That doesn't even make sense. Also, just Google real asteroids in space, and it will only show you CGI images of asteroids in space.
I mean, they call them craters, but the geometry is just a little too perfect for a random rock. What do you think, guys? 200 impact sites or 200 points of origin?
Do you think our world is run by humans?
No. If you're asking, do I think that there are hybrids, people who are part human? I mean, every society has always thought that. People are like, oh, that's a crazy concept. Really? Islam, Judaism, Christianity all believe that that is a thing. There are people who I know personally. I'm like, oh, let's get a weird vibe on them. Like, what is it? But I don't know. And I try not to speculate about it, though some of them are like really weird.
So we have Elon Musk claiming again he's an alien. But that's not even the weird part. The weird part is not Elon Musk claiming that he's an alien. It's the video I made 2 years ago where I showed you that his birthday on his Twitter said that he was like 5,000 BC. And 5,000 BC just happens to be kind of around the time that all the angels fell from heaven. You know, they're following Lucifer out of heaven. So the real question is, how many exactly are there among us? We'll circle back to that in just 1 second. So right before we touch on the alien thing, let's look at what he's been doing the entire time. He's completely obsessed with space. with getting to Mars and all these different places. Is that not weird to you? How about his placement in society right now with artificial intelligence and some things looking exactly like Skynet coming? Actually, it wasn't 2 years ago, it was 3 years ago. I made the video with a whole bunch of similarities between Elon and, what we would call a fallen angel. So is he really an alien? Well, kind of, technically. He's definitely an alien to this Earth and this realm, isn't he? The funniest part is they literally put it right in your face and people still won't accept the fact that what they're...
If you say Elon's name backwards, the whole name, it's Kasum No. That to me sounds like a real name, doesn't it? Kasum No. Kesem. Kesem No. Kesem No. Kesem No. Don't you think this is weird of somebody to write this? No matter how often I tell people I'm 5,000-year-old alien time traveler, they don't believe me.
Telling you is true. What they call aliens has already been here and they've been telling you for as long as time itself. Really, what is an alien but a foreign person? And what's foreign to
That's
this
why
Earth?
he's the richest man, yeah.
Heaven would be foreign, so anything from heaven would be considered an alien.
Because he knows how to move money around and make money because he's a time traveler.
Now circling back to the how many among us question. Well, The Simpsons, as we know, shows real life in the future all the time, did show this right here.
Oh, he's not just from another country. He's from an entire different reality. When someone tells us exactly who they are, maybe we should start listening.
Yeah.
What if humans are actually aliens? Think about it for a second. Whenever we imagine aliens, we picture something coming to Earth. A spaceship in the sky, a signal from space. But what if we've been thinking about it the wrong way this whole time? What if we are the ones who came from somewhere else? Think about humans compared to other animals. Every creature on Earth seems built for this planet. But us, too much sun can hurt us. Too much heat can kill us. Too much cold can kill us too. Most animals survive naturally. Humans need clothes, houses, medicine, technology, and also the only species that constantly stares at the stars like we missed something, like part of us remembers a different home. Now here's where it gets creepy. There's a real scientific idea called panspermia. It suggests that tiny forms of life could travel through space, hidden inside asteroids or cosmic dust, meaning the first building blocks of life on Earth might have come from another planet. So maybe aliens didn't arrive yesterday, maybe they arrived billions of years ago, and maybe they became us.
We're not evolving, we're adapting to this prison cell we call Earth. The most unsettling part isn't that aliens might be out there, it's that they're here right now and look just like us.
They can literally haul in a UFO.
What?
Crazy stuff. Well, this man, his name was Prophet Yahweh.
Uh-oh. That name. Red flag, red flag.
But he claimed, I've been able to call in these UFOs pretty much my...
Wrong. Guy's a fraud.
Entire life. The news thought it would just be funny to go out there and basically make him look like...
Okay. All right, watch this real quick.
Like a fool.
Sure.
The news anchor goes out there and he's like, all right, yeah, let's see it. And he's just like sitting there and I think he just does like a prayer or something. And they're like, oh, is it working? And he goes, yes, right there. And they pull the camera up. There's a literal orb in the sky. And the news anchor's like, okay. And like gets like worried. And then the guy's like, look, another one. Sure enough, another one.
What?
And so this man on video proved that he could call in whatever these things were. I don't think they're very good. It makes me question. I was in early high school. I'm like, God, I just like want to just see like a sign from you. Sure enough, this star just starts moving. Okay, if you're listening to me, make it disappear. Gone.
Whoa.
And I asked one more time, the same thing happened. Demons and stuff, they will use signs to deceive. Then you read about in scripture where like Satan is the prince of the air. Of course he's going to make a deception in the sky. So looking back, I'm like, no, I don't know. That was so good. I think it's pretty clear in scripture to not ask for signs.
Signs in the Bible are actually kind of split. It's interesting. It's like Gideon asks for 2 signs and gets them both.
Yeah.
There's an explicit Jesus comment of like, stop asking for signs. A little exhausting when you're like in the flesh with these people and they're constantly like, do one of your tricks.
It's not a test of faith. It's a straight up trap for the desperate.
All right. I'll put the link to that video in the show description in case you guys want to watch more of it. I want to show you something from Third Phase of Moon, Contact in the Desert. is the Jonathan Reed documentary that's blowing up on the internet. Check this out. This is a 2-minute and 11-second video that they put up. Probably the trailer. Remember this guy?
When this first happened to me, I was not into science fiction.
Years. 3 decades since the silence of the Pacific Northwest forest was shattered by a story that refused to die.
What happened to the alien?
It could actually be real legit.
This is legit alien footage.
A story of a man, a discovery, and a truth that lay beyond the stars.
Would you play the sound for us once again, please?
Yes, I will.
This is the case of Dr. Jonathan Reed.
This is what so many people try to say doesn't exist.
He found something not of this earth, an extraterrestrial being, and with it, a technology that defied human understanding.
I didn't believe in any of this at all, but yet I couldn't deny what was happening to me.
So I ended up just opening the thermal blanket and wrapping the body up into it. I'll show you the videotape. I said the body's in the garage. But again, the proof was in the freezer. The entity that I call Freddy is in constant communication with me. It has to do with things that are happening now and that are going to be happening soon.
So, I have a question. Like, you know Michael from Dark Hour Paranormal? Good friend. He was working on this movie. Matter of fact, he was the guy responsible in many ways for Jonathan Reed coming up with the story, the documentary on his story. Jonathan Reed and Michael seem to have had a good relationship during this process of telling his story to Michael. And during that time, Jonathan Reed told Michael that I'm going to have Freddy visit you. Now, I'm paraphrasing. So, Michael comes home from wherever work, I think, and sitting in a chair was Freddy. Now, either I believe Michael or I don't. And I'm going to reserve what I think for another day because it's an amazing story. I just want to talk to him more about it. I keep forgetting. So, take a look at that Jonathan Reed movie from third phase of Moon made it. Now, the reason I brought that up, because I want you to watch the movie, but I remember hearing about that story, 20 years ago, and watching the video and analyzing Jonathan Reed, the way he was acting. I said the whole thing's bullshit back then. The acting was horrible, but believable in some places. Like, who breathes like that? But he explains it, of course, now, 30 years later, after hearing all the criticism, he comes up with the answer why he was breathing that way. He didn't have it back then, that I remember, but he said, because he hit the alien killed his dog. So he hits the alien with a tree branch, knocks it down, knocks it out. And he said when he did that, this weight was on him and it made it hard for him to breathe. And he had to sit down, which was 45 minutes. And it messed with his breathing, is what he said. Maybe when he hit Freddy, it was an emotional release into the ether, into the area that Jonathan Reed may have felt. Maybe he was communicating with Jonathan Reed and making him feel how hard it is for Freddy to breathe the same time. I don't know. But I tell you all that to get you to the next person who I know is a fraud. And why Third Phase of Moon still talks to this guy is beyond me. They're the one that gave him his stardom, too. What's his name again? I can't remember. Hold on. My God, I can't remember his name. Oh, Robert Bingham. Now, this guy says he's a summoner. He can call on to UFOs and they appear. Wait until you see the UFOs he captures on video. See, years ago, almost 20, I think, 15 years ago, it says here, Third Phase did a summoning event with Robert Bingham in LA. And a crowd formed around. And allegedly, he called to the objects and they came. Balloons, but people were buying into it. And Third Phase sold it very well and gave this guy his springboard into who he is today. An asshole. I do not like Robert Bingham. I don't want to know him. I don't want to interview him. I'm only showing you this to prove a point. I think he's one of the worst, if not the worst person in ufology. After, who was the guy that went to jail for the pedo stuff? I can't remember his name now. This is unbelievable bullshit. Robert Bingham is the armpit of the hoaxer community.
He was a man who claimed he could summon UFOs. We at Third Phase of Moon took notice, and Robert made a claim that defied everything we knew. He believed he had the power to summon UFOs. So we challenged him to do the unthinkable. We said, do it in public. He accepted. And now, more than 15 years later, his techniques have sparked a global movement of people still practicing his methods. Now, after 9 long years, we are reuniting with the new collective of UFO summoners to see if we can capture the unexplainable, the phenomenon, once more. But we never expected what happened next. In a stunning twist, Robert Bingham himself makes a surprise appearance, ready to break down the exact process of his extraordinary gifts. Now follow us as we join this incredible group of people searching for the skies for answers.
I'd say about, since I saw the first one, since I was about 15 years old. 15. And
he is so easy to break down when it comes to body language and lying, because he's not a bright guy. And I mean that. He's not bright. He's very, very, very young with his mind. He's very stupid guy. He's just not bright. But here you could hear the lie. 15. It was 15. right?
First one since I was about 15 years old.
Watch.
15.
Right? Is it 15? Like, even he doesn't know. I mean, that right there, I don't even want to watch the rest of it because that triggered me right now, and I just hate this fucking guy. Sorry, Third Phase. I really mean that to you guys. I know you're just the messengers, but this guy's a piece of shit, and I'm glad you're showing it.
And the first time I saw it, I always thought, is it real? Are they there or whatever? And I, since a kid, have always been interested in airplanes, rockets, missiles, all that sort of things. So when I would see like a Piper Cherokee go over, I always look at it, any plane. But when this particular one was up there, he went over, but behind it, way up higher, was a cylindrical spaceship that was amber, like an amber stone.
Ugh.
I never really believed in UFOs. I never thought they were real up until I met Robert. This guy has exposed me to certain things that I thought were fantasy. Basically, when he calls UFOs, they basically come out of the sky, out of a clear blue sky.
Yeah, in LA, you have balloons in the sky every single day with all of the advertisements, sales, celebrations, anniversaries, marriages, etc. There's balloons all over that sky. It is not hard for Ding Dong to get a hold of anything. Look at this thing.
Actually, I was waiting with my camera for this type of photo, which I'm always waiting, but they actually came.
And it's a balloon.
I caught this photo.
Anybody can see that.
I feel the time is right for the world to know. And
here we
calling
go.
themselves the summoners, and it rocked my world a little bit.
Now look, guys, there's one video in here that I can't explain, right? It's the one I think you're going to see. My thought process is the same process that I went through when I was looking at iridium flare satellites and thought they were UFOs. You look up at the sky long enough, you're going to find something unusual. Because UFOs are real. But he isn't going to be summoning anything with one brain cell and one tooth.
You know, I have to say, never been there, didn't know what to expect. And all those fantastic footages that we got.
Footages! Fantastic footages! Yeah, real genius.
Phenomenal.
Is that a word?
And
isn't it fantastic footage?
So it just took off, and then I started channeling, you might say, of where to go and how to do it and all that, and do these things and all that, and then it just
footages is not a word.
What I knew was going to happen is that group, I call it the money-making apparatus of UFO Kingdom or whatever it is. I knew they were going to jump on it and start putting CGI out and mixing it all up, so I'd get lost in the process. And it did happen like that, but it didn't rock my world because I know who I am.
I'm a fraud, yeah.
And that was obvious when I did that beach thing at, what's it called, the Hermosa Beach Pier?
UFO sighting, UFO sighting. Okay,
yeah, that's it. Get the 10-year-olds to look up.
He summoned them down, UFOs. Look for it. There, right there. You see? You see that bright white light there? There it is. There it is.
Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, my God. I just see it.
It's just, okay. Yeah, I see it. Okay, guys. Have you seen anybody?
That's crazy. It disappeared right now.
There it is. Just right there, right there.
What is this? I don't know where to go.
It's a balloon.
Right. See UFOs on location right here on the pier. Have you guys ever seen anything like this?
No. I don't know.
I did that one specifically at the beach.
See, did you see it? He did what Greer did. Put the finger in the ear. See? He doesn't even believe what he's saying. That is a very common finger in the ear lying tell. Watch. I did that one.
I did that one.
See? He's talking about it. Yeah, I did that one. Because he knows he's uncomfortable knowing he's lying. It's just, does he care? No. Because he loves the attention. This is a narcissist. This is a piece of shithead. And that tooth is a tell-all. I mean,
Specifically at the beach. So
no. We make fun of hoaxers here. One tooth Bingham. Bing, bang, boom. This is a waste of time, I know.
nobody could say, oh, some guy released it at a boat. And that was a special with the kids.
That was a special, he says. That was a special.
Specifically at the beach, so nobody could say, oh, some guy released it at a boat. And that was a special.
Yeah, that was a special. I was a scared. Yeah, you're a real fucking idiot too.
They were just
sorry, guys. I just hate this guy.
That there was that the UFOs
and you know me, I love everybody.
And people, I think,
nice spinning UFO balloon.
Know that.
I like how third phase is showing the stuff without the strings first. I want to see the ones with the strings. I bet we don't see it. All right, here we go. Let's see if there's a string on this one.
It's blending in with the white. Right there, look, it's coming in to the right. It's blending in with the white right there.
Yeah, there's something, I think.
At the tip right here? Watch, you'll see it come out.
One of the little points, those
At the tip, right where it right there, exactly. Right there, look. It's right behind, like in the middle of the white. It's a little white dot. In the same general area. Right here, straight ahead.
Yeah. Third phase is smart. They didn't show the ones with the strings. I'll show you them though. All right, this is a man balloon.
Straight up
Spaceman, they call this balloon.
No, it has something on the side.
It's a balloon.
We came from here. We were watching something called the humanoid. We all filmed it. We all had it, and it was a big. It looked like a.
That is a balloon, by the way, guys.
Standing up there.
And I know in Mexico they see a lot of those, and that basically looks like
a
vertical worm.
You know what these are? And I've debunked my own footage. These are arches, balloon arches that have been released into the sky.
Shaped, probably telephone pole sized. It looked like a stick in the sky.
No, yeah, it's about 20 feet.
Top. And that has to be my favorite because it was the most unusual. And it just kept moving, and it just would turn its head like that and just do different things, and it hung out for 15 minutes.
Of course it did different things.
So I was weird.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Yeah, show us something.
We're lucky we have Robert Bingham. 6 people captured it. And to me, it looked like the Michelin Man, but I just remember...
Because it was!
It was like a shield, or like the typical type of...
Boy, third phase was smart. They did not show the strings. I'm going to bring you his channel now, Robert Bingham's channel. Because third phase did it smart. Very smart. Here we go. Oh my God. Guys, I'm already triggered. I can feel my adrenaline pumping through my veins, my legs, my arms. This is not going to be good. If I go through this fast, I'll survive. Okay. Oh my God, I can't believe this guy.
It's been quite a long time. I think the last time I did something was last Earth Day. My daughter was born on April 22nd, so
where is it?
In honor of the Earth.
There's nothing here. Oh, here we go. So here we go. This guy. I mean, that's a balloon in everybody's archive. 2026, he's still doing it. Unbelievable. Calls himself, look, that's a halfway deflated balloon. Wow. This is awful. Here, more strings. Yeah, see? It's a party balloon. Now I can tell you that I know I am not, I can't, I get so mad. This guy. All right, wait till you see the next one. Wait till you see the next one after this. And then I'll show you something. Okay, guys. This is Robert Ding Dong. Unbelievable. Terrible. I am not going to play anymore because it's awful. And look, people want to believe, go right ahead. Who am I? Who am I? I'm nobody, right? Robert Bingham is way more popular, way more loved. He is a genius for convincing himself, and only himself, that he's a summoner. Great job. You're doing it to this day. What an amazing guy. No, really, I was joking when I said they're balloons. They're not balloons. Those are the tails from the creatures that are in those shapes. It's amazing, really. He is something. That's it, guys. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. And I don't think I'll be doing a show, but you never know. But I want you to be safe out there. Do not get crazy with, I almost said with the UFOs, with the fireworks, okay? Be smart. Don't hold on to them, longer than you need to. If you're going to be one of those guys, I want you to be safe this holiday weekend. And there will be videos going up, though. I am in the process. I'm almost finished with 2 of the projects I have been working on for a couple of months. Man, I never thought I'd get this far, but I'm excited to see what you guys think. But I don't know if one of them will maybe out Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be a busy day for me in the morning. And then in the afternoon, maybe late in the afternoon, something will be going up on GoofOn. But thanks, everybody. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, super chatters. Thank you, newcomers and veterans, making that chat room sing with your love. It's Bingham, man. He does it to me every time. He hits me right there. Thank you, everybody. I forgot what I was going to say. All right, be safe. And if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. Now, because it's the 4th of July weekend, I'm going to take you out with a very American song called 1776 by Full Metal Patriot, because it is the 250th year for this great United States of America. Proud to be an American. I'm proud of my brothers and sisters who fight every day to keep our rights right where they are. And no matter who you are, if you're here legally, you are loved by all of us. America. Stand tall, stand proud. Love you guys. Alien bless. Take us out of here, FMP. Alien bless.
The tree of liberty has been thirsty for too long. The powder, the match, the shot that rang, the line in the patch. I am the night they tossed the tea, the oath they swore to die free. You can chain my hands, you can break my bones, but you'll never own my soul. I am the fire in the midnight sky, the reason tyrants die. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit. Every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 oh. I am 1776. I am the flag they tried to burn, the shot that made the empire turn. I am the rebel, the minute man, the ink that wrote we can. We hold these truths, hear my boots on the cobblestone, hear my war cry, shake the throne, hear my drum, you know it's near, your reign of fear ends here. I am 1776, lightning, thunder, iron, and grit, every musket, every fist. I am 1776. Oh, 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 I am 1776. I am 1776.